Hey y'all, today is Earth Day, April the 22nd, and I thought you would be interested to figure out how and why Earth Day was instituted, how it is observed, its historical significance, and whether Americans should or shouldn't continue to observe it. I'm bankruptcy and personal injury attorney Greg Niblock. You may know me as the reset button lawyer, helping people hit the reset button on their bills or the insurance company if they've been injured or killed in an accident. This is video number 3, the final video in our Earth Day series. Our second video ended with a discussion of the Green Cross International and its promotion of the values change and Agenda 21. In this video, we'll finish the discussion of the second theory of why some people and leaders continue to promote the cause of radical environmentalism when it appears to be based on fallacies, outlandish predictions of apocalyptic doom that didn't and won't come true, and some plain old out-and-out lies. Discussing next the Earth Charter, then analyze Earth Day through a Christian biblical worldview, then make a conclusion. Alrighty, here we go. The Earth Charter was written by the same crowd that brought us Agenda 21, another example of environmental extremism on steroids. But this one has a much more overt spiritual agenda. According to its own website, the Earth Charter is a declaration of fundamental ethical principles for building a just, sustainable, and peaceful global society in the 21st century. It seeks to inspire all people a new sense of global interdependence and shared responsibility for the well-being of the whole human family, the greater community of life, and future generations. It seeks to achieve these laudable goals by establishing sustainable ways of living that will eradicate poverty and see to equitable economic development, i.e., redistribution of wealth, protect the environment, and bring about respect for human rights, democracy, and peace. Couched in the usual, who could find anything wrong with this? What is hidden behind the rhetoric are supporters who believe religions are the main obstacle to peaceful coexistence and sustainable living. However, they don't want to do away with these religions. They want to create a new one for their purposes. This was revealed during a 2002 United Nations meeting at which religious and spiritual leaders were called upon to move from an exclusive preoccupation with divine human relations and human relations to renew human-earth relations. So in other words, we don't look up to God and then look out to other humans. That's not good. We're supposed to look down to the earth. In other words, earth worship should replace any belief in a divine being, explains Contender Ministries' Jennifer Rast. They envision for the religions of the world a major transformation from their theological and anthropological, i.e., what makes up humanity and makes us human, phase to their ecological and cosmological, i.e., relating to the development of the universe phase. Following one of the major themes of the New Age movement, humanity is spiritually evolving from being worshipers of God to being gods ourselves. The core belief among those who are pushing for global earth-centered religion is that the earth is a self-regulating, self-sustaining entity which is in a state of continuous adjustment to the environment. This is known as the Gaia Hypothesis, first articulated in the 1960s by a British atmospheric chemist and futurist named James Lovelock. He came up with the theory while attempting to determine whether life existed on Mars and somehow arrived at the conclusion that all living things on Earth, from whales to viruses and bacteria, from humans to oak trees and algae, all comprise a single living entity that is endowed with its own faculties and powers. In other words, Earth is a being that has a life of its own, a life composed of the energies of all its components. and we're just part of their components. The Gaia hypothesis is not at all new, as we discussed, and is based on the worship of the ancient Greek god named Gaia, or Mother Earth, which has been repackaged with scientific-sounding language to suit the modern taste of the New Age and neo-pagan environmental movements. Although the Gaia hypothesis may seem wacky to many, its adherents have managed to project their theories onto the world stage in frightening ways. According to Samantha Smith's book, Godless Earth, Exposing the Pagan Agenda for the Environmental Movement, Gaia worship is at the very heart of today's environmental policy. The Endangered Species Act, the United Nations Biodiversity Treaty, and the President's Council on Sustainable Development are all offspring of the Gaia hypothesis of saving Mother Earth. And think about the Endangered Species Act. It rises the level of an animal or an organism above humans in some cases, and at least puts them on parity with a human being. Her conclusion: we all need to be aware of the fact that the environmental movement, while it embraces many good causes that we as Christians must embrace, such as concern and care for the earth, it is infused with a godless ideology that it seeks to impose on the masses. What makes it so dangerous is that the movers and shakers of this movement are very powerful and influential people, all of which are globalists, in my opinion, Greg's opinion. Now, here's a short list to give you some idea of who these people are. Al Gore, former vice president. Maurice Strong, former head of the UN Environment Program. Mikhail Gorbachev, former Soviet president. Javier Solana, Secretary General of the Council of the European Union. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations. David Rockefeller, former chairman of Chase Manhattan Bank and executive of the World Economic Forum. Former presidents, Democrat Jimmy Carter and Democrat Bill Clinton. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft. Ted Turner, media mogul. George Soros, man, evil fella. Tony Blair, former UK Prime Minister. How would the Earth Day environmentalists achieve their goal of allegedly protecting their God, Mother Earth, of ridding the world of individualism, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which means the ownership of property? Well, Karl Marx and his offspring, Vladimir Lenin, Joseph Stalin, Pol Pot, and Chairman Mao, they destroyed religion, demanding atheism and worship of the state through communism, socialism, and expanding it worldwide was their answer. They were shown wrong by the defeat of the communist USSR. Now, the idea is not to destroy religion, but to create a new religion that will serve their purposes. You guessed it, Gaia, Mother Earth. If that religion becomes dominant, there's nothing to stop a one-world government, which is the only way to effect worldwide subjugation of the individual to bring forth the utopian dream of perfecting mankind through collectivism, which is communism, socialism. The funny thing is, the result, if successful, will be communism and the degradation of the environment, with all the wealth and power of the world concentrated only in the hands of the communist. For me, and as an American and a Christian, I cannot observe Earth Day under the banner of the official Earth Day observance for the reasons discussed in this video. However, I think it would be very fitting to observe a Creation Day where we all give thanks to our Creator, God the Father, for His beautiful creation, the universe, earth, mankind, and all that fills the earth. To plant trees, work the soil, and beautify our little part of the world, as well as conserve our resources and keep God's creation beautiful. Thanks so much for watching our video. I hope you've learned something and enjoyed it. I hope I haven't disturbed anybody or offended anybody. So please take it that I give this with all sincerity, Also, if you wouldn't mind, please like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And share this video with your friends on Facebook. Of course, if our firm, Niblock & Associates, can ever be of help regarding bankruptcy, personal injury, wrongful death, or Social Security disability to you, your friends, or your family members, please don't hesitate to contact us at any time. Hey, and until next time, I'm Greg Niblock, and we wish you and your family the very best and a blessed day. Thank you.